to the next station, will it arrive on time? Will they come to the door and I will go to collect the food while I'm on the train? Everyone is in. That's the hook. Now, conflict. Is it going to happen? This is the conflict. This is the question everyone has. Is the person going to deliver the food? Are they going to get the pizza on time? And then the resolution is whether they received it or not. That's the realization aspect. Yes? This is what stays. This is what sticks and makes people feel like, is this going to happen? Is this going to happen? And now, because it was such an interesting story, ridiculous, useless, does not help mankind, but because it is an interesting story, I remember the story, and now you know the story. Because stories stick. And this is why the example that I wasted years, for example, in distraction, right? This is a type of hook. And then what was the conflict? I struggled with X, Y, Z, and then one meditation saved me. Which one? I don't know. Information gap. I am over here and the information I want is over there, so I will carry on watching. If there is no gap, forget it, scroll past. This is why people leave your videos. If you want people to stay, provide an information gap. Create an information gap. The same information, but in the form of a story.
So yesterday in the workshop, we did something which was called the opening line. And we read some incredible opening lines yesterday. This is the hook. This is what you capture people with. And you know, if you're even living a monastic life, you think, okay, well, my life's not that interesting, or you may think like, oh, how am I going to turn my life into a story? But people like stories about anything, right? If you have a monastic cat, right, they probably like something about the cat. Oh, the cat went missing today, where did it go, right? But then by the end of the day, the cat returns. So it's little things, right? Don't feel like my life is too boring or my content is like I'm just going to inform them about Dharma and then they will just listen. It doesn't work like that, right? What about the Dharma and your own life can you make it relatable and turn it into a little story? And that's what we're going to teach you now. So before we do that, let's go into long form. So long form is typically when you have a little bit more time. I think about 20-30% of you are going to create long form content. So long form, you actually have a little bit more time. And what does that mean? It means that it allows for depth. It allows for more examples. And it allows even for multiple lessons. You can fit in one long form content, many short form. Right? As crazy as that sounds, because in long form, maybe it doesn't have to be just you. It could be your friends if you're vlogging together. And it's like, what happens in their story? What happens in your story? What happens in this place? Many things come together. And every few seconds it's like, oh my god, it's cut to that part, it's cut to that part. Or they're going in multiple journeys. So if they're going on a pilgrimage, before they get to the pilgrimage, there are many little stories at each destination, right? And so think about long form as how can I dissect this into many stories that constantly keep people captivated, the first story, and then for the second story, and then the third story until you reach your destination, right? And so it says, why monks smile even in suffering? The story of X, right? So it's like we said yesterday, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey.